Welcome to the program. Today we'll talk about what's happening on global markets and the economy. We'll take a look at Solomon Lew and his play for Myer, or possible play for Myer, I should say, and we'll have a look at the retail sector. I'm Marty Switzer.
I'm Peter Switzer.
I'm Paul Rickard.
And we're mad about money.
Paul, go to you. First question. Good night last night in the US, good consumer confidence numbers, snapped an 8-day losing streak. Our markets are looking pretty positive at the moment in general. Your thoughts on what's going on right now?
Yeah, I'd go back to Monday, Marty. I think that our market did pretty well on Monday not to sell off. In fact, it finished about 5 or 6 points down, and I think it had opened pretty horribly. People were expecting, we're going to set the lead, take the example out of the US, overreact. Didn't, so we got a bit of, the US on Monday night didn't do a lot. We went up very strongly yesterday. I think that was always going to happen. I think everyone was surprised it was one way up the whole day. And we've now got the lead from the US. So, you've got to say that in the space of a week and a half, 5,800 is held, people looking pretty confident. Maybe we're going to make back some of that ground that we haven't been able to. So we go higher from here.
Pete, your thoughts?
Well, I'm mad
in the short term.
Well, I'm mad about money.
We're talking week by week for the sake of mad about money.
Okay, I'm mad about money, as I said, but I'm also mad about Trump. Like, what gives? He fails on his healthcare reform. He pulled it. It was a failure. And now the market believes the English tax reform thing across the line. Now, by the way, the experts always knew health.
People want to believe.
Yeah, well, that's just right. They want to believe, but they always knew, the experts, that health was going to be harder than tax. If the Republicans knock him back on tax, this whole Trump thing will unwind. It won't go back to where it was November 8, but we can lose 5 or 6%, and I think the Republicans cannot afford to sell him short on this one.
I think that consumer confidence number this morning was pretty important, right? That's the best number
since December 2000.
Yeah, that's pretty strong, right? The American economy is 70% consumer. Consumers are out there. American economy is strong.
Good house price numbers as well.
Good house price numbers. So things are
looking up.
Looking up, and maybe just Trump's making the right noises. Doesn't actually have to do much. I don't know. But,
maybe he's making America great again.
Maybe he's making America great again. Who knows?
Big story last couple of days has been coming out of Melbourne with Solomon Lew looking at possibly taking over Myer, or it hasn't been confirmed yet, but he's a possible target. He's wanted it for a while. Pete, your thoughts on what's going on there?
We don't know, do we? Was there any revelations in the news?
Not yet. We may
find out today.
There's been no announcement.
There should be a substantial shareholder notice lodged sometime today.
So a large parcel of shares were bought. The media is saying that it was Lew, but there's been nothing announced via the ASX as yet, and that's all we know.
Yeah, sorry, Peter. I was going to say, I think for shareholders in Myer, I think there's a couple of lessons. One of my worst investment decisions, one of my best investment decisions relates to Myer. My worst was to back the float. Get seduced into that. I think it's $4 or $3.80.
You love the cover.
One of my best decisions was to cut it at about $3.20. Take my medicine. I still think there's so many headwinds in that industry. Look, I think Solomon Lew is trying to do a whole lot of things, potentially protect some contracts he's got. Maybe, Woolworths of South Africa, or the South African group that owns Woolworths here. There's potentially a takeover, a bidder for Myer, but I think this is a chance for other Myer shareholders probably to get out.
Apart from Paul's very wise observation that Solomon would have contracts he's trying to protect, I think he's too smart to want to waste his money on a department store. Like, department stores are DEAD, and people buy stuff online. So unless he's going to get what he thinks is a bargain basement price, he could be staggering a bit of profit because someone will come over the top and offer him more. Because once you get this chain of bidding going, it can go
he's got
high.
The right management, those Premier Investments, obviously, with McInnes running David Jones, him moving to Myer. There would be a logical sort of fit there. So. Watch this space, but no one buys these stocks anyway, do they?
No, I think we forget. If you've been a long-standing Myer shareholder, you might like to bounce.
It's a romantic stock, but in terms of a core part of the portfolio, absolutely
it's
not.
It's like those people go to the races and back home for one shot.
As the bell's about to go, it leads me to segue into retailing in general. Now, I think there's going to be some great bargains around, and you've got to get the timing right here, potentially in stocks like JB Hi-Fi and Harvey Norman. Might be a little early, but everyone is getting so concerned about Amazon, right? JB Hi-Fi, which despite having one of the best profit reports in the market in February, has lost something like about 15% in March. Just drifted down every single day.
And everyone loves it still.
I think they're doing fantastically. Harvey Norman's come off, but all I read about is Amazon what they're going to do, how they're going to crush it. They're sure Amazon is coming to Australia at some
I hate
stage.
Amazon.
We don't know when they're going to get here. We don't know which part of the market they're going to enter through. We would think they're probably going to be someone like Aldi and be incredibly patient and take time to build it up. There's going to be some super bargains. The
They've
question
never
with
made
those-
money, Amazon, either. It's
No.
an interesting fact.
Yeah. And they just kill other businesses.
So the question is, what's the right time? But I think my caution is if you own those stocks, I reckon you might be too late to sell. And I think there's going to be some super bargains because everyone is paranoid about Amazon, and again, this is going to happen, but it's a long way down the track.
What do we think about Woolworths at the moment in terms of the strategy that the guy with the Italian surname?
Banducci. Yeah,
Banducci.
and look, he's a South African, by the way. I think he's done a great job. I think the market's got ahead of itself. I think Woolworths has done well, and it's a good price for those people who bought it in $20, $21. But I wouldn't be going long Woolworths now.
No, I think Woolworths is. I much prefer Wesfarmers to Woolworths just from pricing metrics alone.
That's all we've got time for. I'm Marty Switzer.
I'm Peter Switzer.
I'm Paul Rickard.
And we're
Mad about money.